the glass bead game. Young Joseph Knecht is being put forward for a place in the best school of music in the land. The day comes when he has to present himself to a master who comes to assess him. Pale with fright, he runs to the dormitory. Trembling, he takes his violin and exercise book and goes to wait in the practice room. A man enters the room. A very old man, it seems to him at first, not very tall, white-haired, with a fine, clear face and penetrating light blue eyes. The gaze of those eyes might have been frightening, but they were serenely cheerful, as well as penetrating, neither laughing nor smiling, but filled with a calm, quietly radiant cheerfulness. He shook hands with the boy, nodded, and sat down with deliberation on the stool in front of the old practice piano. "Come, let's make a little music together." Knecht had already taken out his violin. The old man struck the A, and the boy tuned. Then he looked inquiringly, anxiously, at the music master. "What would you like to play?" the master asked. The boy did not say a word. He was filled to the brim with awe of the old man. Never had he seen a person like this. Hesitantly, he picked up his exercise book and held it out to the master. "No," the master said. "I want you to play from memory, and not an exercise, but something easy that you know by heart. Perhaps a song you like." Knecht was confused, and so enchanted by this face and those eyes that he could not answer. He was deeply ashamed of his confusion, but unable to speak. The master did not insist. With one finger, he struck the first notes of a melody and looked questioningly at the boy. Joseph nodded, and at once played the melody with pleasure. It was one of those old songs which were often sung in school. "Once more," the master said. Knecht repeated the melody, and the old man now played a second voice to go with it. Now the old song rang through the small practice room in two parts. Once more, Knecht played, and the master played the second part and a third part also. Now the beautiful old song rang through the room in three parts. Once more, and the master played three voices along with the melody. "A lovely song," the master said softly. "Play it again, in the alto this time." The master gave him the first note, and Knecht played, the master accompanying with the other three voices. Again and again the master said, "Once more," and each time he sounded merrier. Knecht played the melody in the tenor, each time accompanied by two or three parts. They played the song many times, and with every repetition the song was involuntarily enriched with embellishments and variations. The bare little room resounded festively in the cheerful light of the forenoon. After a while the old man stopped. "Is that enough?" he asked. Knecht shook his head and began again. The master chimed in gaily with his three voices, and the four parts drew their thin, lucid lines, spoke to one another, mutually supported, crossed, and wove around one another in delightful windings and figurations. The boy and the old man ceased to think of anything else. They surrendered themselves to the lovely, congenial lines and figurations they formed as their parts crisscrossed. Caught in the network their music was creating, they swayed gently along with it, obeying an unseen conductor. Finally, when the melody had come to an end once more, the master turned his head and asked, "Did you like that, Joseph?" Gratefully, with his face glowing, Knecht looked at him. He was radiant, but still speechless.